Welcome back, Slotcar family, and another video on Slotcar Dude. Today testing out a new mic setup. Pete from the US, trying it your way now, see how it works. Today we're gonna do an unboxing and later on a little inside view of, yes, I guess some of you remember this unboxing or showing already of this car that I got when I did the live with Anders. It is the Ford Transit that was raced like in this livery, like you can see here, in Estoril in 2011. And I think this is a stunning car. So I'm gonna take it off that presentation shelf if I can. Let's see. So again, here we are. Beautiful car. This is what it looks like from underneath. We've got quite a good setup of the guide. The front axle is a little loose, but hey, that's okay. You can see an inline setup with the magnet in front of the motor. This is a long can motor. We're gonna see how that looks like. The gear mesh is really nice. The tires seem to be running quite okay, let's put it that way, for out of the box. They feel pretty nice. I don't know whether I'm gonna chew them or not. Let's see. But they feel pretty nice. Maybe I just chew them on, like Anders does, on the track with a little grit paper. Now, the body itself is attached to the chassis with 4 screws, like those 2 here, and there are 2 more screw holes in the front. There seems to be quite a decent inlet in there. You can see the driver. I can see a fire extinguisher as well, and the rest we'll check out at the workbench. Open it up, see what's on the inside, and later on we're gonna test it on track.
I'm the dude, so that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness or duder or, you know, El Duderino.
Slotcar family, here we are with the Fly Ford Transit in the racing version. Now, for all of you out there that think that this is a ghost livery or just a fantasy livery, no, those cars actually raced like that in Estoril. There was a race. And here we are already at my workbench where I took the car apart. And what we can see here is the chassis of the Fly Ford Transit in the race version. It's a very clean, simple inliner chassis with a magnet right in front of the motor. Now the motor seems to be a little uncommon for Fly, but we'll come to that a little later. This is what the inside of the body looks like, very clean, not much in the rear, just a little high. And of course, as I always did, I put it on the roller bed, and to be honest, the result was not really as I expected it to be. And here you can already see what I did to the chassis, which is absolutely nothing, only put 5 grams in front of the motor to improve the handling of the car. And of course, we will take it to the track right away. But before that, I put the body on, and as you can see, there's quite some movement on the rear axle, which comes from the rear axle, the rims, and the tires. I tried to true the tires a little. This is actually the improved version, but on track, it didn't look too bad. As you can see here with the very first impression, and here we go through the horseshoe-shaped corners on the track of our sister club. And to my surprise, the car really behaved well. Of course, those horseshoe-shaped corners, it didn't like too much. I had to drive that very carefully, and the car is, of course, top heavy. It's like a refrigerator on four wheels, you know. And then you call it a race car. But again, to my surprise, like quick S's, it could take those S's quite well. I just loosened the body screws a little, which pays off in the S's, but on the horseshoe-shaped corners, this is not really the car to race through. But imagine four of those side by side for a race. I think that would be really great fun. Again, I think Fly did a really, really great job on the car. Of course, the body looks great, but also the handling of the car did surprise me, I have to admit. This is the stunning side view of the car and the front view. I call this the chocolate side of this car. It's a great looking car. Again, I did absolutely nothing to it. The thing that I might do is change the rear axle and put some staff wheels onto that car. I'm back now in the studio. How do you like the car on track? It looks just stunning, and I have to admit that it ran actually better than I thought. I didn't expect it to run that well. Of course, it is top heavy, and in those horseshoe corners, as mentioned, it did have a massive tendency of leaning to the side as it's top heavy again. But if you drive that car patiently and carefully like I did, for the videos at least, it runs really well. There's nothing to complain about. But I do think that a change of the rear axle and the rear rims would help the car a lot. It would gain a lot. I have to admit, before I did this sequence now on the video, before I did this recording, I already ordered Staff's wheels, quite fancy ones, and I'm really curious to see how those rims look on that van. And of course, there'll be a part 2 video to come on this van with the upgraded rear axle and with the upgraded rims. Hope you like what you've seen. I guess there's a little commercial break just coming along. If you like this kind of content, please leave a like. If you want to get informed when I issue new videos, feel free to subscribe to my channel. It's free of charge. Leave comments, share, tell others. Just feel free to stroll around in my channel, ask questions, all slot car related. You ask them, you get an answer. No problem. Slotcar family, this is it. This was the quick view onto the Fly Ford Transit in its race version. Again, as mentioned, I will do a part 2 by just swapping the rear axle to a better one and use staff wheels. They are already ordered as I am speaking, and I'm really looking forward to the performance then. Of course, it will stay top heavy, but it'll be a great fun to drive. And again, as always with Slotcar Dude, there is more to come.